Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here, and I am outside today because I'm actually taking my evening walk, which I do to get my steps in. Steps walking is my main form of cardio that I use, and so as the topic suggests, I'm going to talk about the biggest mindset shift that had to happen for me to start really seeing progress on my weight loss journey, and just honestly just this wellness transformation that I've been on. And the biggest mindset shift for me was becoming the person versus just doing the things. So becoming the person has been such a major change for me instead of just doing the things, because I always did the things, right? However, I didn't always consider myself to be a healthy or a fit person. Once I started to completely see myself as the healthier version of myself versus just doing the things that I think is going to get me to my goal, that's when I really had the shift in terms of like being able to stick with it, because I told myself, okay, this is healthy Sashika. This is take care of herself Sashika. This is live long, strong, healthy life Sashika. This is the healthier version of myself that eats and takes care of her body, that has a schedule and a routine around her activity and her workouts. She's committed to it. This is the person who she is, versus I need to do the things and I need to work out 3 to 4 times a week. So previously, that's how I saw myself. Like, okay, this is the plan and I need to do these things. But instead now I see myself as this healthier version of myself. And so I do the things because I see myself that way. So yeah, that's been the biggest mindset shift for me, is that I have become the person that does the things and I just don't do the things. Because I think once you've become the person that does the things, whatever it is, if you see yourself as a successful business person, you then structure your days, you do the things because you are a successful business person, right? So it's the same thing with the health situation. So that's what I've been doing. If you see yourself as the end product or the embodiment of that thing you try to accomplish instead of the actions that you need to do, I think that's like, I don't know, I really feel like that's where it's like you kind of turn the lever and it becomes easier to consistently do the things that get you the output or the outcome that you want. So the other thing that I wrote down actually that I wanted to highlight is another mindset shift that happened for me and allowed me to really hone in on sticking to my healthier practices, is losing the clock and changing for life instead of changing for like a short-term goal or for a season, like getting right for summer or in preparation for a birthday trip or something like that. So instead of working towards like a midpoint goal of a function or an event, I just took that away and said, I'm just going to do this for life. So it took away all the extra timeline stuff that sometimes we have, took that away, and instead I just focused on just doing the right things, because whether I get to my goal in a year or 2 years, I'm still going to do the right things and do the things to get me there, because I'm doing this for life. So that was like another big mindset shift for me, was just looking at it as this is something I'm doing for life. So I'm taking off the edge, I'm taking off the pressure, and not giving myself a crazy timeline that's based around like something that's just not even just temporary. You know, I wanted to do this so that I could be the healthiest version of myself for as long as I can, for the duration of my life. So whether I get to these goals that I have in 2 years or a year doesn't really matter, because I'm doing this for life. So there was that. The other thing that I recently heard on Instagram, and I'll actually add a clip, I'll actually add the link to the person's Instagram page, because I forget her name right now, but she was also talking about, well, she's a fitness influencer anyway, but she had a really, really good point of view. And I think she was responding to criticism that all she talks about is fitness and nutrition and health, and like that's all she talks about. And so in her response to that criticism, she said, actually, that's not all I think about. She goes, actually, I don't think about it all getting in shape. And she's like, I don't think about it because I am in shape. And she said, I got into shape and I got healthy so I can move on. And I thought, yes, I feel the same way. Like, you have this goal of getting into better shape, taking care of yourself, doing all the things, right? But you do it so you can move on to the other goals. Because once you do get into a routine, get into like something that's like your schedule, and hey, I work out this amount of times for the week, I eat this, I only allow myself to really indulge on these type of occasions, I know how to get myself back on track after I indulge. All these sort of things that you put in place, and it comes from the mindset shift and then the behavior modification. All of these things, guys, honestly, I was like, yes, once you have these things in place, that's it. You do it so you can move on to your other goals, because actually getting in shape does take time, and it does take a great amount of effort and energy and intention and intentionality around your days and what you do, where you go, all the stuff, right? So when she said it, I like she said, I don't think about getting in shape because I am in shape. I don't spend my time on that. I spend my time on so many other things, like she said, building my business, her relationship, different stuff. Of course. Because once you are in shape, you move on to your other goals. Not that you don't concurrently work on goals, because you absolutely do, but it doesn't consume your energy in building the habits and the systems to get in shape and then stay in shape. Those things become built, and they kind of run on autopilot. It's kind of like having your desktop open and you have different screens open. Once you're in shape and you're good, like that just runs as an open window in the back, and then you have other windows that you're now opening and working on. And that's how I feel about it. I was like, oh, when she said it, I was like, yes, this sums it up.
You do realize that being in shape is the bare minimum, right? I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just trying to be real with you. Being in shape is the absolute bare minimum. So many people comment under my videos like, all she cares about is being in shape. All she talks about is being in shape. That's because it's needed in the world, but I don't think about being in shape. I am in shape. I don't care about being in shape, because I am in shape. When you get in shape, you realize that there's so many other important things to think about. I would argue there's more important things to think about than being in shape. You get fit so that you have self-esteem, so that when you walk in rooms, you believe you should be there, so that you have the confidence and audacity to do the bigger things that you want to do. You get in shape so that you don't breathe heavy when you walk up the stairs, so that you don't die early from hypertension. Like, looking good and feeling good are normal to me. Going to the beach knowing I look freaking amazing, that I have abs and I'm stunning is great. But I'll tell you what I think about. I think about business. I think about securing my family's future, their economic future. I think about my girlfriend. Is she safe? Is she well? Is she happy? I think about travel, all of the places I want to experience in the world. I think about how to break and how to release all of my limiting beliefs that I have. I focus on how to relax my nervous system after years and years of trauma. Being in shape makes my life necessarily easier, but I don't think about it. It's just life. You just work out, you just eat clean, that's all. It's not a big deal. And I'll tell you a story to further prove my point. When I looked like this, all I cared about was having clear skin. All I thought about from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep was what my life would be like if my face was clear. And one day I figured out how to do it, and now my face is perfectly clear, and I don't think about it. I'm like, okay, it is as it should be, and I move on. You get fit so that you can move on.
So those were the 3 mindset shifts that really was like the click, aha for me in really being able to be consistent, to consistently show up, and also when I have setbacks or things that throw me off, to just continue to persevere and be resilient and to be committed in this journey. And I've been on my wellness journey for a year now. Honestly, it feels like it's been my whole life, but I've had this outlook as a result of these 3 mindset shift ahas that I just shared. I've had those happen to me for in this past year. That's really allowed me to be a year and a couple months into my journey. And yeah, I hope it was helpful. Let me know what was the mindset shift and change that you had to have to transform your body in any way. So if you've lost some weight or just kind of changed your physique in any way, I'd love for you to comment and share what has been the mindset shifts, because I find that it's the mindset change that needs to happen before you see the actual physical transformation. So I'd be curious to know. Please share it in the comments. And once again, thank you for watching. And this is a part of my wellness series, weight loss transformation in my 40s. So I'll continue to share more videos in the coming weeks about this. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time.